Hi all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gagan, and today I'm with a new video which is for Salesforce AI Prompt Builder tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss one use case where a customer is basically sending an email to the company or the bank account and saying that he got robbed or some scam has happened or like the password of the internet bank is compromised. So as soon as the customer is sending the email, we have to automate the system so that the system can inactivate the account as soon as possible. So I have basically received this kind of requirement through the LinkedIn from many peoples. Like I wanted to automate the the customer queries through the emails. How we can do that? So I'm going to give you a demo in the starting. So I have for that I have actually created one email services. So if I will just show you, this is the email services which has given me one email id. This is the email id, so I have to send this email to the Salesforce, and I'm just using this email id of the email services. And then I have to just mention that, hi, it seems like my internet banking password has compromised, so I wanted to block my account. Thanks. So let me send this email and mention that block my internet banking. Let me send this email to the company, and let's see what response they are sending to us. So I sent this email to the customer, to the company, and then let's see if I'm getting any response or not. Let me rephrase this email. So it takes some time. So the logic has to be done, and the AI will identify that this email is related to the scam or the robbery. So yeah, so you can see I just received the response, a confirmation of the account inactivation. We would like to confirm you that your account has been successfully inactivated on your request. And if you have any further query, you can basically reach out to the customer services. So this is the response which I have received automatically. So there was no human intervention. It's really needed. If a customer is basically in a hurry to inactivate the account because he don't have any information, and this email id is linked with the bank account, okay, so that's why he's sending. So the system has to identify it. This email id is linked with this particular bank account, and we have to he has to inactivate it. So this is there is basically the architecture of this requirement that I have meet. So initially customer has to send the email. As soon as they will send the email, the email services has to invoke a apex class. So basically customer is sending an email, and then we have email services. Here you can see this is the email services, and here in the email services we have given the reference of an email class, which is my email handler. So here you can see that, okay. And this apex class basically handling all of the logic. So first of all, let me show you the account, whether this account is inactivated or not, because we have just received the response, right? So let me refresh this account. So you can see this is the account, and in the details you can see inactive now. So previously this was activated, and as soon as I sent the email, they have inactivated this account. And if I go to the related tab, they have created one case as well. This was the account and there was no case previously. And inside this one case, if you go to the related, oh yeah, sorry, oh, this is the contact actually. So if I go back, if I see this is a case. And if I see the related, so this is the case history. And if I go to the feed, I can see the email as well, whatever the email was sent by the customer. So customer sent us this email, right? So we are saving all of the information. The customer has sent us this email and what action we have taken. So this case has been created by the all of the logic that I have built. So how to basically achieve this requirement? So you can see I already discussed, right? The customer has to send the email to us, the email service, which email service provides us the email. So as soon as we will create the email service, it will provide you one domain or a email, and this email you have to share with the customer. So if customer has to raise any inactivation or a fraud related complaint, if they are sending through this email, we will just block them as soon as possible. So they will send the email with all the text to this particular email, and this services will invoke an apex class which is mentioned over there, and this apex class will identify the sender, the email id. So I am the sender. It will basically check whether this email is already registered with us or not, because we will only activate the account, uh, inactivate the account who were basically, who are the actual customer of this particular account, was the owner of that account, right? So how we will identify it? So if your email is already registered, is already linked with your bank account, then only we can basically inactivate the account, that account. If you're sending the email from any third party email, right, and then you're saying that I want to inactivate the account, then I don't have to inactivate. I have to basically check your ownership on the account. So how I can know that the ownership? For that, further, a customer representative has to involve and basically talk to them, right? Okay, are you the real holder, account holder of this account or not? If if the email id is the same which is linked with the account, and you are sending from the same email id, that, and you're stating that you want to basically inactivate the account, in that case we will basically inactivate that particular account. But still, whatever the email they are sending, we have to identify this email, whatever the context which is mentioned, whatever the text which is there in the email is related to the fraud or any scam or not. So for that, we are using here email, we are using this prompt builder, which is kind of llm. And they identified, like, whatever the instruction you have given, based on that they basically, the prompt builder basically identified whether the language which is mentioned in the prompt is basically as per your requirement, as per your instruction or not. And if there is as per your instruction, they will give you the response automatically. So this is the prompt builder. So customer is sending us the email, then that email service will invoke one apex class, and this apex class will identify whether he is the right owner of this account or not. If he is the right owner, then we are creating a case. We are also creating the email record that I have already showed to you. Yeah, so this was the case which was created by this email services logic. Okay, and after that, we are invoking the prompt builder to identify whether the email which was sent by the customer is related to the fraud or not. If he's not saying anything related to the fraud, and he's saying that, hey, I wanted to know my balance, then why I have to inactivate, right? So this is the role of the prompt builder, to identify whether this email is related to the fraud or scam or not. If prompt builder has said, yeah, this is related to the fraud, then it's straightforward, the logic, this email service will inactivate the bank account without asking any further question. But if the prompt builder identify, no, this is something else, this is not related to the fraud, then we will again just create a case, and that case will be handled by the customer, the particular customer representative. So this is the architecture of this requirement, and now I will discuss one by one. So this is the apex, and if I will just open this apex class, I already open is here. So this is one apex class. So this apex class is nothing but is like a kind of handler, email handler. As soon as we will receive the email on this particular email id, it will invoke this apex, and we will get all the information about the email that we have received here in this method, which is handle inbound email. And then what I am doing, I'm checking, as mentioned here, right? We have to check whether this we have to find out whether the email which was sent by the customer is the owner of the account or not. So we will just check whether this email is already there in the contact list or not. If it is there, that's fine, we are not going to create a contact. But if it is not there, if this list is empty, we didn't find out any contact related to the email id of the sender, then we will create a new contact. I just given a random name here. We will create the new contact, and then we will create a new case, and as well as we are creating the email record, so which is already I shown you, right? So this was the account. After the sender has sent us the email, the logic has created this case, and also yeah, and also this email record. So this is what written in this logic here. And if the email, if we find out a particular the contact already there in the Salesforce, then we are not creating a new contact, we are just linking the same contact with this new case. And new email. And then after that, whatever the email they have sent it, right, whatever the text they have mentioned in the email, the customer, we are sending this to the prompt builder. So this is a method, this is a separate method. Sorry, control chair. This is a separate method. So if you have to call a prompt builder, then you have to use at the rate or enabled. Okay. Actually, you don't have to use over enable. Sorry, this is a reference from the LWC. You don't have to use over enable, but you have to. If you have wanted to call the prompt builder, then in that case, you have to use this standard out of the box method which is provided by the Salesforce. You have to basically call this method connected API Einstein prompt template generation input. Okay, and then you have to provide the whatever the input you wanted to give to the prompt builder. And actually we are giving this is nothing but this is actually the address is nothing. Actually I've given the wrong name. This is nothing but this is the text, the main body of the email that we have received. And then we are sending this input text. Actually we are putting this text into the map, and this map we are basically passing to this this uh, this basically method. We are passing this to this method, and then we are also providing the name of the prompt builder that we wanted to invoke. So we are passing the input, and we are providing which prompt builder I wanted to pass the input. And based on the analysis of the prompt builder, it's providing us the response, and then we are getting the response here. This is giving us the response. So here, this is the generation output. Okay, in the generation output, we have to provide which prompt builder I wanted to call, and I have to also provide the input, what text input I wanted to give to that prompt builder. And as soon as I will call that prompt builder will provide as a response. And here we are returning this response to the prompt builder as a string. You can see this is a string, and so I will create one GitHub link where I will just post this whole the Apex class. If you have any query, you can reach out to me. I will try to make you understand. But this is pretty simple. We are just calling this prompt builder, and we are passing the plain text body, whatever the mention in the email ID, and that prompt builder is giving us the response, like whether the email body or subject is related to the fraud or not. Means means the customer is stating some fraud, scam, or any such kind of text or not. If it is related to the fraud, what I am doing, I am straightforward updating the account with inactivate status. Active status good to know. And then I'm sending the response that to the customer back, okay, your account has been already successfully inactivated. We are sending this email to the customer. So this is pretty simple. So um, here come to the figure, come to this architecture diagram. Customer is sending us the email, then that email is invoking one Apex class which is there in the email services. And this logic in the Apex class identifying whether the customer is the owner or not. If he's the customer is the owner, then we are passing the details to the prompt builder. And prompt builder, after the prompt builder has identified that he that the email which is mentioned, the subject, the body of the email is something related to the fraud or any scam, or he stated that he wants to inactivate the account. In that case, we are inactivating the bank account. I mean, if he has not stated anything related, like he wants to block the account or not, no scam has happened, in that case he will just create a case, and a customer representative has to handle that particular case. So this is the architecture diagram. And for what next? Yeah, now I have to show you the prompt builder, right? So to create the prompt builder, you have to go to the setup and you have to search the prompt. Once you click the prompt builder, you will be able to see the multiple prompt builder templates that you have created. So the one that I have created for this one is the test email response, because you can see the name of the this prompt builder in the Apex class as well in the bottom. We are giving the reference, right? So yeah, here you can see we are giving the reference, we're giving the name of the prompt builder, and we're also passing the input, like the request, and based on the request we will be getting the response, right? So this is there, and this is the prompt builder, and we have created the flex type of the prompt builder. This is the flex type. Okay, And I have just given the instruction that if the input text, if any request, if any text is coming to this prompt builder, which is nothing but I just given this is the variable, email text is a variable. I will tell you how you can create the variable in the prompt builder. This is just a variable. And I have given the instructions that if anything is mentioned related to the lost the card, fraud has occurred, or I wanted to block the card, or anything related to the blocking or inactivating the inactivating or email address, something like is mentioned, like he wants to block or some his scam has happened, then in that case we have to return a text called fraud. So this is this prompt builder is returning just one single word, which is fraud. As soon as I'm providing something suspicious or something related to the scams, okay, I have been scammed. Okay. So uh okay, let me just preview. So see, I just mentioned that I have been scammed, and this is a response which has been given by the prompt builder. So I have just passed this text, right, email text. So this is how we can basically test and preview this prompt builder, how this prompt builder is working. So you can give the instruction, and based on the input, it will give you the output, which is the response. So this response is coming as soon as we are calling the prompt builder, we are passing the plain text, which is nothing but this text. And this text, as soon as we are passing this text, is returning as a response, fraud or non-fraud. If it is related to the fraud, here is the if condition. Then we are inactivating the account, and then we are sending the email that your account has been inactivated. If it is not related to the fraud, then we are not doing anything. We are just already created the case right on the top. This is it. And I will show you how you can create a prompt builder from the scratch. I will just show you how I have created the variable. Which variable? This variable, right? This variable, how I have created that. So this is a prompt builder. If you want to create the new one, you can just click new prompt template, and then there are multiple types of the template type that you can select. I'm selecting the flex type, and then you can give the API name, text flex uh, prompt template, and then you can choose any of the resource type, like the input type. So I choose the free text because I was passing the text of the main body of the email that we received from the customer. And then this is the name and API name that you have to given, and then you can click next. So I can just say email text, and then you will click next. And then he from resource you will be able to see your variable. And you can also choose the current user, the user who is basically running the prompt, and then you can use their related field as well. You can use organization, apex class, and flow as well. So yeah, you can invoke the prompt builder from flow as well. There is a prompt builder action that you can choose. So this is it. If you have any of the query, you can reach out to me. And please do subscribe this video, because I just make this video because I was receiving this kind of queries from the many people. So yeah, please support this channel, subscribe it. Thank you.